So a while back, I was scrolling around TikTok, just leaning in my chair like your regular guy, when I stumbled across this post that was really a post of this tweet here. Why does every anime keep doing this cringe shit where a MF will halt and just close his eyes while smiling in the middle of a conversation? If someone did this corny ass shit to me mid-convo, I'd sock his ass out. And this really resonated with me, not just cause it's funny as hell, but also because it's totally true. I've absolutely seen this before, I've just never had what it takes to put it into words. I mean, yeah, no normal person goes around stopping and smiling like that in the middle of a conversation, so why do we have human characters doing it in anime? Genuinely, the only answer I have to such a question is, because it's anime. So upon making this reflection, I realized that there are so many other mannerisms in anime that would look totally out of place in real life. And that's why I'm gonna be bringing them to light. So firstly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Shonen anime, to me, seems more likely to have these, for a lack of a better word, dramatic behaviors that I'm talking about. Here's an example. You know the thing that shonen protagonists do where they put their hands on their head to show how cool and confident they are? Yeah, we've got Naruto doing it, Dazai doing it, Gojo doing it, Gon doing it. I mean, truly a tale as old as time. And yeah, I won't lie, they have me convinced that things are all cool and relaxed, but you can't walk like that in the real world without either looking like a goofball or looking like an asswipe after you poke someone's eye out with one of your elbows. And since we're still on the topic of shonen anime, I bet y'all never even considered this one. Every time Naruto said something that was supposed to be profound or surprising, you'd have Hinata or Sakura to simply say, Naruto! And then nothing else after. But you know what? Sakura already gets hated enough for other reasons, so I'll go ahead and admit that it's pretty effective at conveying the emotional emphasis of the moment to us, the audience. At the same time, it's not like we need anyone to do that in real life though. It's also funny to note how crucial it is that the protagonist doesn't respond to their name. I mean, if I had said something cool, like I'm so very well known for, and someone simply said, Aiden, I'd probably be all like, what? And then boom, moment ruined. But I digress, because let's talk about how many non-verbal cues are anywhere from, I've seen it before, to what in tarnation? I'd like to think of the two types of head tilts as an example. The first one is where the character is confused, which is kind of valid because I'm pretty sure my dog does this too. And then you got the second, which is this arrogant head tilt, which fits into the what in tarnation category. People often call this the Shaft head tilt, since the Shaft anime studio seems to really like using it, though I've seen it from plenty of other places as well. And along this same train of thought, there's the nonverbal vocalization cues. If you don't know what this is, it's things like grunts, sighs, yells, and at this point, I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. There's so many to choose from. You've got the confident grunt, the gasp of surprise, embarrassment, confusion, the sigh of relief, random sushi ingredients. Sometimes it sounds a little questionable, but hey, these over-the-top reactions actually make things more entertaining. I can't imagine a fight scene where the protagonist doesn't make sounds to indicate the struggle, or where the antagonist doesn't yap about how their power works for 5 minutes straight. So this is how I choose to lead into my answer for why anime behaviors often seem so strange. It's because it's a work of fiction. These behaviors not only serve to make us constantly aware of that fact, but they help the audience know what the emotional impact of something is supposed to be. It's the same principle as a sitcom placing a laugh track after the funny moment happens. It's harder for our brains to register emotions from behind the fourth wall. And here's another reason why anime behaviors could be seen as strange that I've yet to mention. Cultural differences. Your cultural background influences how you express different ideas and emotions. For example, Western society doesn't use a bow to greet people, show gratitude, or say goodbye, but Japan does, which is why you'll see it in a lot of anime. Originally, when writing the script for this video, I was also going to mention the sound that anime characters over-dramatically make when they are confused or surprised, but then I actually looked into it and learned that this is a very common expression in Japan. Overall, I've learned to like, or at the very least tolerate, many of these weird anime mannerisms for one reason or another. However, I know plenty of people who refuse to watch anime not just just because they occasionally see some weird moments or plots, but because they find the characters weird. It's so easy to label something like smiling with your eyes closed as cringe, but when you look at other forms of fictional media, you realize that most things aren't even close to 100% natural emotion. It's always played up for the consumer. And with all that said, I've come to a point where I can proudly defend these subtle anime behaviors.
Hurry up and let me write it! Hurry up and let me write it!
To an extent. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.